How do I enjoy the treats without feeling guilty and without feeling like I am doing all of my progress? If you've ever entered into the holiday season super excited and ready for all the delicious meals that come with it, but then suddenly stressed out when it comes to food, routines, and not wanting to backslide, this episode is going to give you so much relief. You don't need restriction, and that's often what moms think that they need. Going into the holiday season, we have to restrict ourselves. We can't eat the foods that we enjoy because then we're going to ruin our progress. And then we shift into this all or nothing thinking. You don't need these really strict rules, and you definitely don't need to earn or burn off your treats and the food that you eat. You just need a way to approach the holidays that feels good in your body and in your mind. And you're going to walk away with that today. So grab a notebook and pen and enjoy today's episode. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos? Whether you're 4 weeks postpartum, 2 years in, or done having babies, you deserve to feel like yourself again. Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast, where you'll find simple, science-backed strategies to heal your core, rebuild strength, and restore your energy without the overwhelm. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey mama, I hope you had the best Thanksgiving weekend. I can't believe it's already over. It went by super fast, but I hope you enjoyed the delicious food, soaked up time with your people, relaxed, even just if it was just a tiny, tiny bit of time, and maybe even took advantage of some of the most amazing Black Friday deals. Before we jump into today's episode, I want to let you know that you still have time to save 20% off, over $100 on my 8-week group coaching program, the Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom Method. This is my signature program designed to help you restore your core and pelvic floor, support your hormones and metabolism, fuel your body with confidence and clarity, feel strong, energized, and like you again, whether you are 3 months postpartum or you are completely done having babies. This program was built for you. And mama, the sale only comes once a year. Inside the 8-week program, you'll get a full step-by-step roadmap. You'll be able to download my app, have everything at your fingertips, as well as on the desktop. And each week, we're going to go over different topics. Week 1, we're going to talk about rebuilding your foundation so that you can reconnect with your breath, your deep core, posture, and movement patterns so you stop leaking, reduce back pain, and create stability from the inside and out. In week 2, we dive into fueling to heal and to energize. We cover postpartum specific nutrition, the 5 nutrients every mom needs, balancing blood sugars, and simple meal planning for real life. Remember, it takes about 2 to 3 years after having a baby to fully physically recover, especially when it comes to our nutrition. Week 3 and week 4 is 2 parts. We're going to focus on our core and our pelvic floor. So you're going to learn exactly how your core and your pelvic floor work together, how to activate them properly, and how to integrate this into your daily movements, such as picking up your baby, putting your baby in the crib, picking up toys, exercising. And then in week 4, part 2, we're really going to progress to safe strength moves, lifting, bending, squatting without leaking, doming, or pain. In week 5, we really dive into energy and our habit system so that you can really focus on all of these things that you're building for the rest of your life. We reset your rhythms, we stabilize your nervous system, and we build 5-minute habits that actually stick. In week 6, we are going to focus on fat loss without burnout if that's something that you're ready to dive into. So you're going to learn how to support metabolism and fat loss while holding onto your muscle without hurting your hormones or your milk supply. In week 7, we are going to troubleshoot, we're going to personalize, so we're really going to make individualized tweaks, solve common challenges, and help you continue progressing. And in your final week, we are really going to focus on the momentum and really what's next. We celebrate your wins, solidify your strategy going forward, and help you keep the results that you worked very hard for. Plus, you get weekly group coaching calls, private community support, Practice Better app access, messaging support 24/7, workout library, meal plans and simple recipes, PDF guides, and resources to keep forever. And your coach, me, who actually gets it, motherhood, time constraints, hormone, exhaustion, all of it, because I am living that right now. And the best part, you can choose to start now and go through the holidays with this program, or you can save 20% off now and join the January cohort. This means you get the discount today, you enjoy the holidays, you start 2026 with momentum and a plan, or you jump in now and you are ready for the change. But this is very important. The 20% off deal ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. This is my biggest sell of the year, and it won't return until next Black Friday. If you've been feeling overwhelmed in your body, exhausted, stuck, or unsure where to start, this is your sign. You don't have to figure this out alone. You deserve the support too. Go to wellnessbyval.com/program and use the code capital BF 2025 at checkout. Okay, let's dive into today's episode. Welcome back. Today we are diving into a topic that I talk about every single holiday season, every November, every December, and I'm very excited to talk about it with you today. So last week in episode 75, if you haven't checked it out, go listen to it after this or pause this episode, listen to that, and then come back to this one. Either way, they really go hand in hand because last week we really talked about what moms should focus on. The one thing that we need to focus on this holiday season. We talked about protecting our boundaries, and it can be so hard to protect our boundaries. So go back, listen to episode 75, because that is something that you can really take into this season. And honestly, it's something that you can take with you for the rest of the year. It's not just during the craziness of the holidays. But this week, what we're going to talk about is something that comes up every single holiday season in my DMs, in my coaching calls, in the workshops I'm teaching, everywhere, in just conversations that I'm having. And just this past week, I presented on this exact topic to a group, and almost every single person said the same thing. I love the holidays. It's so much fun, but the food stresses me out. What do I cook? What can I eat? What is good? What is bad? I want to enjoy the treats without derailing everything. I feel so guilty for wanting to indulge all the time. And even just having a bite of something, I feel that guilt. And honestly, none of this surprised me. None of this surprised me because this is one of the most common struggles moms face in the months of the holiday season. November, end of October, right? Because we have Halloween going into November, Thanksgiving, and then going into December with the other holidays, and then with the new year too. But if you've ever stepped into the holidays excited and then suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed out. How do I enjoy the treats? What if I ruin my progress? How do I stay consistent without being restrictive? This episode is going to feel like a breath of fresh air because here's the truth, mama. You don't need restriction. We often believe we need to tell ourselves everything is bad. We can't eat it. And we must restrict, restrict, restrict. Hell no. That's not the case. And we'll talk about that today. You don't need rules. We actually need guidance. We need flexibility. We need support. We don't need these rigid rules. And we do not need to earn or burn off holiday food. I don't want you to believe that ever. I don't want you to believe that you need to work out, you need to exercise and move your amazing body to earn what you eat. Ever. That is not the case. What you do need is a way to approach the season that actually feels good for you in your mind and in your body. Food isn't the problem. Food is not the problem because when you eat a fun food, you enjoy it, that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you cheated. Pressure is the problem. And today we're going to release that pressure. We're going to inhale and we're going to release that pressure away completely. You're going to walk away from this episode knowing exactly how to enjoy the holidays and every single other day of the year or other types of events, birthdays and other holidays in the summer and throughout the rest of the year. We're really going to talk about staying present, listening to your body, and still feeling amazing without the guilt and without the chaos. So I told you I spoke to this group. I spoke to a group recently. It was both men and women. And especially the moms in there were like, yeah, this is like super, super hard. But even the men too. And we were talking about holiday routines, traditions, and health goals, really how to stay healthy through the holidays. But guess what kept coming up? Not the turkey, not the mashed potatoes, not the enchiladas, not all the food and the holiday drinks. What kept coming up was the guilt. People kept saying things like, I feel bad when I enjoy treats. I want to make cookies with my kids, but I feel like I'm just going to eat everything and then I'm going to feel guilty. I know I shouldn't eat that. I always go into this all or nothing thinking. I feel like I lose control around the holidays. I'm scared I am going to undo all of my amazing progress. And what happens then? I have to start over? And this wasn't just coming from the moms. Like I said, it was everybody. It was everybody in the group. And I could see the stress on everyone's faces when they were talking about holiday eating. Like, what do I do? There's this pressure, the second guessing, the internal shame. And in that moment, it reminded me why this conversation matters. The food isn't the problem. The pressure is the problem. So let's remove the pressure. Let's remove it. Let's remove it. Let's remove it. Okay. So let's really dive into why we feel guilt when it comes to food. So why we feel this food guilt around the holidays. Most of the food guilt we feel during the holiday season isn't really about the food, because food, we may label it as good or bad or unhealthy, healthy, but it's not going to make you a good person or a bad person if you eat those foods. So let's break this down, because there are real reasons you feel this way. And none of them mean you are doing anything wrong. You probably feel guilt because diet culture moralizes food as good versus bad. So since however long I can remember, people have been talking about food. Good, that's good for me. I can't eat that. That's bad for me. Oh, I can eat this because it's good. You're told to be good during the holidays. And you're like, well, what does that even mean? Be good during the holidays. That leads to restriction, really. And you're worried about losing the progress. You're comparing yourself to other moms, other people. And plus, we're already mentally overloaded during this season. Your nervous system is overwhelmed. And you've been taught that eating a cookie requires justification. I got to go to this 90-minute exercise class because I had some cookies. What? No. Let's go to the 90-minute exercise class because our girlfriends are going. We're going to hang out. We're going to have fun. We get to move our body, lift some heavy weights. It's going to feel good. And that's going to give me the energy and the clarity I need for this busy season. Guilt is a learned response. It's not your truth. It's not your truth. It's a learned response. And we learn it from so many different outlets, especially from when we're little and as we get older, and especially now with social media. As a mom, I also want you to think about your kids, your sons, your daughters. How are they going to feel when you're responding that way around food? That's going to essentially continue this vicious cycle. When you're a postpartum mom, whether that's the first 3 months, it's the year, however long it's been, you're juggling recovery, hormones, sleep, schedules, stress, expectations, you name it. Oh my gosh, the guilt hits even harder. You're not guilt-ridden because you lack discipline. It's not because you don't have this willpower. It's not because you suck. You're guilt-ridden because you've been conditioned to feel this way, to feel that having a cookie is bad and then you have to go burn it off or go do something. No, let's enjoy the damn cookie, okay? Let's enjoy it. So why does restriction backfire? It backfires every single time. I swear, it really does. And I really love talking about this. One of my favorite quotes from Mark Twain: to promise not to do a thing is the surest way in the world to make a body want to go and do that very thing. So what does that mean? Translation, please. Restriction creates obsession. Don't think of the pink elephant. What do you think of? You think of a pink elephant. Your brain doesn't know yes and no. Don't do this, don't do that, do this, do whatever else. So if you're telling yourself, no sugar this month, no carbs, no treats, no holiday foods, no cookies, no this, your brain's like, okay. It's not like, okay, sounds great. We're not going to have that. All it's doing is thinking, okay, sugar this month, carbs, let's eat the treats, let's eat the holiday food. So when you're restricting yourself, it's going to create that obsession, and it becomes this hyper-focused thing that you're trying to avoid. You restrict, you obsess, you overeat, you feel guilty, you feel shame. Start over Monday. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to start over after the new year. Okay. And the cycle continues. And maybe when the new year comes, yeah, you continue it and you're doing okay, I guess, restricting, but you're still mentally having inside this battle with yourself. And then eventually you give up. And scientifically, a stressed out nervous system is more likely to crave quick energy, overstimulate hunger pathways, and make you feel out of control. So why are we doing this to ourselves? We're not weak. It's just that we are physiologically overwhelmed. So I want you to remember that quote. I'm going to repeat it again by Mark Twain. To promise not to do a thing is the surest way in the world to make a body want to go and do that very damn thing. Okay? Restriction is going to create that obsession. So we really need to focus on not restricting ourselves. Okay, well, how do we do that, Val? Let's get into it. Let's really talk about internal versus external motivation. Really the mindset shift that changes everything. This is one of the most important parts of this conversation, of this episode. External motivation sounds like, I shouldn't eat that. I want to be good. I don't want to gain weight. I already messed up today. People will judge me. It's fear-based, shame-based, rule-based, very, very restrictive, okay? But internal motivation sounds like, how do I want to feel in my body tomorrow? What choice supports my energy right now? What does my body need in this very moment? What will help me stay present with my family? When you have that internal motivation and you're able to really, really dig deep and figure out what your body is asking of you and what you need, it's going to be empowering. And sometimes you're going to need that cookie. And guess what? You're going to enjoy that cookie and you're going to love it and you're not going to feel shame. You're not going to feel guilt. And this takes practice. This takes patience. It's not going to happen overnight, especially if we've been doing this for years, if we've been doing this for decades. That external motivation, it's pressured. When you shift from that external motivation to internal motivation, guilt loses its power. So what actually impacts your progress? One holiday meal doesn't make or break anything. It really doesn't. So try to talk to yourself about that. If you're having this battle inside of your head, you're on your way to Christmas dinner or to Friendsgiving. I know that already passed, but maybe you're still celebrating Friendsgiving or some type of celebration, a Christmas party, a holiday party, whatever it is. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, one side of you is like, I can't eat that. I can't eat with the food there because it's going to mess up everything. I'm just going to gain fat. And the other side of you is like, wait, no, hold on. Take a minute, take a breath. One holiday meal is not going to make or break anything. It really isn't. So let's take a deep breath. Let's connect with the physical body. Let's try to enjoy these moments, these precious moments and this delicious food with our friends and with our family. One cookie isn't going to undo a month of consistency. It really isn't. It really isn't. Here's the thing. I want you to focus on enjoying that cookie. I want you to focus on eating that cookie as mindfully as you can, which we're going to talk about in a second. Because when you can actually taste it and enjoy it and savor it, and you're like, this is so darn good. I love a sugar cookie. I love a sugar cookie. You're probably not going to overindulge multiple times. Whereas if you say, I can't have the cookie, I can't have the cookie, I can't have the cookie, you're probably going to have a cookie plus some. And then you're probably not going to feel good about it. And I don't mean mentally, I mean physically, right? Like if you're having too much, you're like, ugh, now I don't feel good. Now I feel like super full and I just have like sugar overload. So when you actually slow down and you enjoy the cookie or the food, whatever it is, the beverage, whatever it is, you're more than likely going to be satisfied with less. And I always give the comparison of you're at the movie theater, you have a big bag of popcorn, you're enjoying the movie, it's awesome, it's exciting, and you're eating your popcorn, and all of a sudden you're like grabbing the bottom of the bag and you're thinking, where the hell did my popcorn go? Who ate my popcorn? Oh wait, I ate my popcorn? I don't remember eating it. And because we're distracted. But when we can really take a moment to focus on this mindful eating, being present in that moment, it's so powerful. And this takes time, mama. This takes time. This takes patience. It's probably not going to be able to happen every single meal, and that's okay. Now, before we dive into what mindful eating is and how to practice that, let's talk about what matters. What matters for your hormones, your metabolism, your weight, your strength, your energy. It's your daily rhythms. What are you doing every single day? How are you supporting those daily rhythms? What do your meals look like? Are they balanced most of the time? Are you stabilizing your blood sugar? Are you hydrated? Are you moving your body? Are you having fun with that movement? Sleeping? Are you staying consistent with your sleep schedule? And are you managing your stress? It's not the 2 desserts that you had at Thanksgiving. No, it's not the pumpkin pie, the sweet potato pie. It's none of that. Your progress comes from what your body experiences most of the time, not what it experiences once. So let's talk about mindful eating. Let's talk about this beautiful strategy of presence and intention. Okay, it's very, very powerful and it's not woo woo. A lot of the times I talk to some of my clients, a lot of the times it's men and they're like, what? I'm not going to practice that. And I'm like, okay, just practice it once. Just try one mindful bite. And then they come back to me and they're like, oh my gosh, that changed a lot. Okay, tell me more. But they think it's woo woo. A lot of people think it's woo woo, and it's not. There's so much science to back up mindfulness and mindful eating. Okay, so it's really physiological. Mindful eating is going to get you out of that fight or flight, that sympathetic nervous system, that go, go, go. Heart rate's high, blood pressure's high, cortisol's high, blood flow leaves the gut and goes to the extremities. Okay, so it's going to get us out of that and take us to a rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. So blood flow is going to leave the extremities and it's going to go to the gut. Because guess what? You need blood flow in the gut to actually digest your food and absorb your nutrients and move everything through and have regular bowel movements. It's going to decrease our heart rate. It's going to decrease our blood pressure. It's going to decrease cortisol. It's going to tell the brain we're safe, we're good. It's going to calm cravings, improve digestion, and it's going to let you enjoy food without spiraling. Here is how to use it with any holiday food. And really, you can practice this anytime, okay? Anytime. I want you to pause before you eat. And I want you to remove distractions while you're at it. So put your phone on Do Not Disturb, put it away, sit at the dinner table, turn the TV off, like get rid of the distractions. Sit at the table, take one deep breath in through the nose, out of your mouth. Let your shoulders drop, and then check in with the body. Am I hungry? Am I stressed? Am I eating because it's here? Do I actually want this? What's going on? Check in with yourself. And if you actually want it, that's okay. And if you don't want it, that's okay too. And I want you to set an intention. What do I want from this moment? Pleasure, comfort, connection, enjoyment. I'm hungry. I need to eat. I need the fuel. The people in Okinawa, Japan, they have what's called, they have this intention, and what they say before they eat is harachibu. Eat to 80% full. Eat to 80% satisfaction. Because no one goes into a meal thinking, I want to eat so damn much. I want to feel sick and full and tired and like I can't move. That's no one's intention. No one wants that. That doesn't feel good. We want to eat to where, hey, I feel satisfied, I feel good, and then I can go about my day. And so that harachibu from the people in Okinawa, Japan is so powerful. What is your intention of this meal? And practice a moment of gratitude. Gratitude is so powerful for the body, and it's really, really important when it comes to mindfulness. So mindfulness is being present in the moment. Mindful eating, you're present while you eat. You're not distracted, and this may take time. It really is. It's going to take time. Some people may practice gratitude in the form of prayer. Some people may say, hey, this food looks amazing. I am so grateful. And then you can really think about how that food got to you. Who had to stock the grocery store shelves? Who bought the food? The farmers, like everyone involved, you're so grateful for it. And that helps put you in that parasympathetic nervous system too. And then I want you to give yourself permission. Permission is going to dissolve the guilt on the front end. Like give yourself permission to enjoy the food and to eat. And then I want you to practice slowing down just by 10%. If you can slow down more, great. But I want you to taste it. Notice it. What's the texture like? What's the smell like? Do the flavors change as you put it in your mouth and as you chew it? Enjoy it. What does it taste like when you pair two different things together? Can you put your utensil down between bites versus taking a bite of chicken or steak or meat, chewing it 3 times and you're loading up for the next bite? You swallow a big chunk of meat and then you take the next bite. Let's slow down. Let's put the utensil down. Let's chew as many times as we can. When it comes to mindful eating, it's really about chewing 20 to 30 times. And some people look at me like, are you nuts? That's not fun. And I know. And some foods, depending on the amount of fiber or if it's an animal food, it's probably going to be less chews, right? Compared to something that is more fibrous and something like steak too, something like animal meat. You're going to need to chew it many more times. But I don't want you to just do it really fast, chew, swallow a chunk of food, and then load up for the next bite. You're going to eat far more mindfully without restricting when you actually taste it, you notice it, you enjoy it. And then, of course, we want to build a balanced plate when it comes to that. We want to pair our food with protein and plants when possible, because that's going to help stabilize our blood sugar, avoid crashes, spiraling. So mindful eating isn't about less joy. It's about being more present and really connecting with that joy and savoring those moments. Now, what about the sweet treat strategy? Okay, something practical, something realistic, and something that where there's no judgment. Here's what I teach my client. Don't show up starving. Okay, so don't save your calories for the holiday meal. Don't go to a 90-minute workout class or CrossFit class in the morning. Don't eat or just eat an apple. Save your calories and then go into that holiday meal, because that is going to backfire. You're going to overeat because you've been starving your body all day. Your body's like, girl, what's up? You didn't give me any fuel for that intense workout. You starved me all day, and now I'm in front of all this food. I need it all now. So don't show up starving wherever you go. Eat balanced meals throughout the day. Your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. Stay consistent with that. Choose treats that you actually want, not because they're there. Like I love donuts, but if a donut's been sitting there for a hot minute, ew. I want a fresh, warm donut, and I want to be able to enjoy it. So don't just eat it because it's there. Eat it because you actually want it, and if it's meaningful to you. Use the 2-bite pause. So take 2 slow bites, pause, check in. Do I want more? Is this hitting the spot? Am I done? Am I good? Take your time with it, because it's not like you can't go get seconds. The food's there. And often we tell ourselves, I can never have this food again. This is the holidays. I'm never going to have this food again until next year. So I have to eat as much as I can. I have to stuff myself. That's not the truth. Let's take a step back and really think this through. That doesn't even make sense. I can make turkey. I can make these meals any time of the year, any single day I want to. And I can always get seconds. So I don't need to I don't need to eat quickly. I don't need to stuff myself and make myself feel sick, because I'm never going to have this food again. Now, if there was not food around like thousands of years ago, yeah, that's what we had to do. But that's not the case right now. Enjoy the treat fully. Savor it. Taste it. What do you taste? What is the flavor? Let yourself experience the joy of it and go, this is so good. And watch your kids. Your kids are very, very intuitive and mindful eaters. So watch them. And maybe we can learn something from watching our kids. Stop when satisfaction peaks. Not the fullness, the satisfaction. And this is going to take practice. This is going to take time, because we may not be used to that. And then I want you to release the guilt entirely. You didn't cheat, so don't call it a cheat meal. You didn't cheat. You weren't bad, so don't call it bad food. You honored your choice. And hey, if you were a little overstuffed and you're like, oh, I don't feel good, let's work our way backwards. And this is something I dive into way more in depth in my program and in one-on-one coaching. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to go to the show notes to check that out, because this is where we can actually dive into what's currently going on with you and your lifestyle and your behaviors to be able to work backwards and figure that out. Now, what do I want you to focus on this week? I want you to choose one of these things. Of course, let's focus on balance when it comes to our meals. So can you still have those balanced breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even among all of the holiday parties and the holiday eating? Can you add protein and fiber to your breakfast? Can you drink 1 extra glass of water? Can you pause? Can you pause before eating a treat and set that intention? Can you use the 2-bite pause? Practice presence while eating 1 meal this week. Small steps tend to your nervous system. Your nervous system is going to love it. Your hormones, your digestion, and your relationship with food is going to be that much better, more than any holiday rule ever could. So holiday food doesn't derail you. Restriction does. So I want you to start to create that awareness. Are we thinking in a restrictive mindset? Guilt is also going to derail us, and so is that all or nothing thinking. So let's find flexibility. Let's find guidance. Let's enjoy the holiday food, and let's practice that awareness and that mindfulness, because you deserve joy. You deserve to be present and be nourished and have that confidence. And really, you deserve a holiday season that feels peaceful, not pressured. And don't forget, today is the last day. If you're listening to this on December 1st, Cyber Monday, it is the last day for you to get 20% off the Strong, Nourished, and Energized Mom Method program. So if you are ready to dive deeper with everything that we talked about today, head to wellnessbyval.com/program, check it out. And remember, you can start now, or you can wait and you can start in the new year with a new group. That is totally up to you. Be sure to use the code capital BF 2025 at checkout. And if you have any questions, I am always here for you. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy December. And I will see you next week, Mama. Hey Mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If you got something out of it or simply enjoyed listening, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom who could use the support? And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in. It truly means the world to me, and it helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to go chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I'll be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.